Hi, I'm Bob Odenkirk, and this is The First Time. I met Vince on the phone. I was asked to do Breaking Bad, and I was writing at the time a lot of TV shows that were going nowhere. And we talked about the character, and Vince, of course, is one of the nicest people alive. I mean, there's no one better, and a kind person, and a thoughtful and good listener. And he listened to my concerns and my ideas, and one of my ideas was, what if this character has a comb over and kind of a mullet in back and clean on the sides, but all that mixed together. And Vince laughed and said, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. It was episode 8 of season 2. Even though I had a lot of lines, it was kind of meant to be a short-term character and, a side character. And it was through the course of Breaking Bad. But the first thing I did was the commercial that you see when Jesse is watching TV.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I.
And I shot that first, and that was a lot like Mr. Show. I mean, it was a broad character. He was being loud, doing a cheesy lawyer commercial. So that I was extremely familiar with that kind of acting. That's what I'd done my whole life, and it was no problem. And then, I think it would be the next day, I had to do a big scene with Bryan Cranston, the scene where he meets me and I tell him, Saul Goodman isn't my real name. My real name's James McGill. And, I'm just, this is a front. That was a huge scene with huge monologues played opposite the best actor in the business, Bryan Cranston, super heavy character, Walter White, really in desperate straits, and a whole nother level of performance that I'd never had in my life. And yet, I felt connected to it right away. It was before the Ben Stiller show had begun.
You can't hear nothing when your head's in a bag, Jack.
I was good friends with Janine Garofalo and a lot of cool comics of the time. Anyway, I was just hanging out in my house on a beautiful sunny LA afternoon. I was eating lunch. I had a big sandwich in front of me I had not yet taken a bite of. The TV was on. The door was open, but the screen door was closed. And I heard a voice. It was Janine. Hey, Bob. And I look out the window, and she goes, hi, I'm here with my friend David from Boston. He's visiting, and he likes to play basketball, and I know you do too, don't you? And David was standing behind her, and he had a basketball. And I said, yeah, I'm eating lunch. And she's like, okay. And I go, okay. And I resume eating my lunch. And I didn't say hi to him. We didn't play basketball, nothing. The first time I worked as a director was in Mr. Show. And I directed the Taint. I think I directed Taint.
I want that. The Taint. It's beautiful.
And it's about a magazine that features a person's taint. I'm very proud of it. First of all, I took a job at McDonald's because I was sitting at the dinner table with my family, and somebody started, one of my brothers or sisters, I was talking about money, and they were like, why don't you get a job? I got kind of upset at myself, and I went right away to McDonald's and filled out a form and got hired. And worked there for, I'd say about 3 months. But somewhere in there, I was like, I'm getting a lot of grease on my arms. And I think I'd like a job where I don't get greasy. So I went to Kmart and applied. And they were kind enough to give me a job. And so I quit McDonald's. Well, I would have been very, very young. And it remains with me to this day. Thank you, Mother. and priests and everyone. It's very much a part of my life. Every day, all day, into the night.